Hey everybody, I'm Andy Wike. Welcome back to another episode of All Pipes Considered. Today we're joined by my good friend, Mr. Glen Whelan,
Andy,
Managing Director of Kapp Peterson, talking about something super special. We are currently in the very spooky basement of the Peterson of Dublin shop on Nassau Street. And of course, what a fitting sort of setting for the introduction of the 2025 Peterson Halloween pipe. So as I understand it, Glenn, this year's Halloween pipe is sort of your baby.
Yeah, this is one I've been trying to get out there for probably, it's got to be like 5 years.
Yeah.
Since we reintroduced the Halloween
in 2021
as a series back into the line. This has been something that I've always wanted to do.
Okay.
I'm almost relieved that we're actually getting to do it now at this stage. But I'm really excited to get it out because it's like nothing we've ever done before.
Nothing, yeah.
So
for all of you guys watching at home, this year's Halloween pipe is a blackout pipe. So it is a entirely black pipe. These will all be system.
Full tactical black.
Yeah, full tactical black, all system shapes. But what's really cool about this is that it features an acrylic, like a black acrylic army mount.
Yeah.
Which, I think when you're looking at it, you might seriously underestimate the work that went into actually executing that.
Yeah, there's a huge thought process that has to go into developing this. As everybody knows, every pipe is unique. Every single pipe. And especially when you sandblast them, because some pieces of briar are softer than others.
Sure.
So you can end up with kind of micro dimension changes that are between pipes, and that then affects how the mount needs to be, how we bore the pipe, the shank for the mount to fit on. Then it's obviously papered flush, but we've had to do a lot of development in the engineering just of the mount alone, just to be able to execute this project.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's kudos to the guys in the factory and how they problem solve like in real time with over 1,000 pipes that are going through production of a one series.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like things like that really just like underline the fact that yes, Peterson is a factory, but it's really more of like a workshop.
Yeah, we're full of craftsmen.
Yeah, like every single craftsperson who works in the factory is highly specialized in the task that they're doing.
Yeah.
And, it's all of the processes are really sort of ubiquitous to pipe making across the globe. I mean, a lot of the stuff that we're doing in the factory is nearly identical to what, artisan carvers would do in their own shop.
In our factory, it's the pipe that's moving, not the people.
That's a really good,
And that's that's how we get such valuable feedback from the people who are working in each station, because they're dealing with the same kind of things every day, hundreds of times a day, going through their area. So when they come to us with feedback, we take it on board really seriously, because at the end of the day, they know the most about their areas.
They're the experts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when they told us about the challenges that were potentially going to come with the acrylic mount, we really listened, and then we brought Giacomo in so he could do some drawings of how the mount should look. And once we got that all ironed out, they made it look so easy because of all the work that went into the mount before they even got to production. Yeah. That's why the research and development phase is just so important.
So important, yeah. And I think in a lot of ways, especially for a factory where, it's sort of like the difference in, making something once and then applying that to like an industrial design perspective, right? Like the best industrial designers, sort of take highly individualized, very specialized, craftsmanship products, and then their job really is once they get to that point, it's no longer just about that individual piece. It's like, how do we scale this? How do we replicate it?
And it's like, just because they can do it in 5 minutes doesn't mean it's easy.
100%.
It's the 20 years experience that they have that's allowed them to be able to do it in that 5 minutes.
So that's so true.
It's really testament to the guys in the factory.
Yeah. Yeah, so this year's Halloween pipe, like I think an all black palette really is sort of reminiscent of Halloween, but I think what's really cool about this year's is that it sort of goes beyond just a thematic Halloween pipe. This is something, you sort of see this in the EDC community quite often, sort of like tactical black gear, whether it's cameras or, pocket knives or watches or what have you.
It's just in vogue at the moment.
It's very much in vogue, and I think it fits with pretty much any aesthetic, any style you want.
Yeah.
A lot of my own pipes, like Peterson or not, are sort of black textured pipes.
Yeah, we kind of joked in the factory about this, it's always the running joke, like, oh, black is very slimming.
Yeah.
But it actually holds the muscular aesthetic, even in black.
That's true.
The pipe. So that was the one thing we were worried about in the factory.
Yeah. Let's not slim Peterson too much, right?
No.
Yeah. We're all belly boys. But yeah, no, super excited for this release. I think it's one of those pipes where it's like definitely commemorative of Halloween, but it's something that you could keep in your rotation all year long.
Yeah, it kind of holds its own place.
Yeah, and there's even an almost like sort of formal element to it. Like, it's not a dress pipe. Like, there's no silver, there's no like sort of markings that you would traditionally associate with like a formal gathering, but the all black palette lends itself to sort of any occasion. And I think, paired with the system configuration, it's just a really cool thing to take, Charles Peterson's patented system pipes, finalized patents in the late 1900s.
It's going to be a workhorse for people.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that also ties into the tactical sort of nature of it. Like, I've often talked about Peterson system pipes as being sort of like utilitarian field tools. Like, if you take good care of them, like, they'll last generations. Like, we see Peterson, like, even Mark Twain's pipe, which is Peterson system, it's heavily well used.
Yeah, but Charles's pipe we have in the factory.
Charles's pipe.
It could be smoked today.
It could be smoked today. We probably won't.
No, I don't think we will. I wouldn't trust myself.
Yeah, exactly. I sort of love that story though. The whole like when stolen, not if stolen. Yeah, please.
That's how confident he was.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, when you're making pipes of that caliber in that time period, like, you kind of gotta put a little disclaimer on it. So, Peterson system configuration, already a very utilitarian, very tactical, sort of engineering style, paired with an all black, blackout EDC sort of aesthetic. I think
Halloween is the perfect opportunity as well to do something like this.
Perfect.
Like, we get to have fun probably twice a year with series where kind of the reins are off.
Yeah.
And it's usually St. Patrick's Day and Halloween. This year, St. Patrick's Day, we went very traditional aesthetic. So I think we had to do something a bit bolder.
Yeah, well,
and I think it's bold, but it's not too far beyond any threshold that would be acceptable.
For sure. And then finishes wise, obviously,
it's
black
just going to be black
right?
sandblast for this one. But I think we've done such a great job of sandblasting. Sandblasting has just kind of pushed us into we've pushed sandblast into a premium tier at Peterson.
Sure.
And I think,
and for good reason too.
Exactly.
I mean, I really don't want to beat a dead horse here, but in the past several years, Peterson has completely overhauled their sandblasting setup. It is. Even Giacomo Pinzo, a very talented artisan pipe maker in his own right, describes the Peterson sandblasting process as equivalent to what he would do in his own shop.
Yeah, it is. It's artisanal sandblasting.
It is an artisanal sandblast. Each pipe is sandblasted individually in the blasting cabinet. Nothing's tumbled.
It's sandblasted before we even know what that pipe is going to be or that bowl is going to be, what series it's going to fit into.
Yeah.
So we sandblast, say 100 bowls at a time, and then they go back to the grading process. So they've already been graded to be sandblasted. Then they go back after they've been sandblasted to Willie, who will grade them into 4 buckets. Then he'll have a 5th bucket where he says, I think we can push the grain further on that, and they'll go back in again for blasting. So that's how we're getting these fantastic results. And to be honest, like, the black is my favorite. the color, the finish, everything about Black Sandblast to me, it just screams classic. Like we've done some excellent jobs with other finishes in Sandblast, like the Ruin, Iora, but black is just straight up
timeless,
classic, timeless.
100%.
It'll never go out of fashion.
Nope. So yeah, very excited to see this, come to light. We're super excited about this year's Halloween pipe. It's the 5th iteration of the Halloween in its modern, in its modern context. Like we used to have the Samhain pipe.
Samhain, yeah.
And then we reintroduced the line as Halloween in 2021.
Yeah, it was one that kind of fell away, and then with the acquisition, we felt like we really need to bring, like, Halloween is such a celebrated holiday in Ireland, and like the US as well, globally, really, it's one of those kind of holidays that is just,
it's fun too,
it's
right?
fun.
Like, it's
exactly
fun.
Like people enjoy it. It's getting bigger and bigger every year, so I think having Halloween back in as a staple to the series that we release every year was hugely important.
Yeah. It's another opportunity as well for Peterson to flex its creative muscles, and I think I'm really happy with what we did this year, and I think you guys will be too. Yeah,
me too. And it's also very limited as well.
Yeah, of course.
There's about 1,400 pieces in total by the end of it. So
yeah, well, make sure to find your favorite on site now, and we'll catch you next time. Glenn, thank you so much.
Thanks, Andy. Pleasure as always.
Thanks everybody at home.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate y'all.